Is a film noir set in Los Angeles in Hollywood, and it we follow Grit, played by Max Martini, as he is trying to find his lost daughter, Ava. She's joined a nightclub as a singer and has gotten herself into some hot water with the nightclub owners who are a little bit sketchy. And then my character is working there at the nightclub, and well, some people die, and I can't spoil the rest, but if that sounds like something that you'd be interested in, then you should see it.
Yeah, and a bit sketchy night on nightclub owners is a bit on the kind side. These are very devious people. Patrick Duffy, Linda Pearl, who play some of the roles in terms of the nightclub, and dare I say, it's a seedy sort of an establishment. And what was it like to portray a character or a role that would be, dare I say, working in an establishment like that in terms of clientele?
Well, the girls that go into this nightclub to work there um, are singers and entertainers, and they are um, soon find out that the owners of the nightclub don't have their best interests at heart or their creative endeavors. So there's a secret operation happening underneath what appears to be a swanky bar. And then Tyrese Gibson's character comes into play when someone dies and Ava goes missing.
Okay. And Kaylee, you mentioned there it's about singing and sort of young, talented singers. Do you have actually a singing role in this movie? Do you sing for any part of it?
Yes, I do. We worked pretty quickly on these songs, but I think they came together beautifully.
Okay. And is there some of them where you're working as an ensemble, or just many, or is there ones where you're like a lead vocalist towards the front?
Most of them are they're a bit of an ensemble. There's jazz music involved and incorporated into it, so there's also someone playing bass and saxophone, and all of those elements are brought into the songs.
Okay. And Kaylee, the opportunity to land a role in Vivian Blake in Hollywood Grit, was that the normal talent audition process for self-taping through Zooms, or how did this opportunity come about for yourself?
Yes, I auditioned for the role, and then I submitted a singing tape, and then I found out a couple days later that I had gotten the job, and I was flying home from New York.
Okay. And did you know who was attached to the movie? Did your talent agent inform you, or was that on completion that you found out the likes of Patrick Duffy, Tyrese Gibson were attached to this role, or was it the first day you arrived on set that you found out who you'd be working alongside?
I found out, I believe at some point after the audition process before I arrived in Los Angeles, but I wasn't told, I think, before the audition who was cast in it.
Okay. And obviously, partaking in this sort of a role, did you do a bit of research? What was your sort of take on your own sort of character? Had you a sort of vision how you wanted to play her?
Yeah, I think when I was watching um Chinatown, I was watching a couple noir films, and Chinatown was one that I really loved, and I was just trying to bring in an old school quality, but it's still set in a modern day time period. So I I wanted to bring in some of those elements, but mostly just keeping it grounded and still 21st century.
Okay. And Kaylee, as a cast, did you bond fairly close in terms of shooting? Was it a long sort of shoot? And what was the production and where did you shoot?
Well, we shot here in Los Angeles, just like 10 minutes from my house. And
Okay.
it wasn't a very long shoot. For me, I think it was about a week and a half of work, and I got to know most people fairly well. And I didn't know them before, like Linda and Max Martini and um, Ava, the girl who plays Ava. And yeah, and Ryan Curtis, who's our director. So it was lovely getting to know all of them, and um, it was a really special project to get to be a part of.
Yeah, and Kaylee, Max, who plays the lead role in Grit Torn, he's one of those throwback sort of rugged police sort of the private investigators that you would see back in the 80s or 90s in terms of Kojak. But he's dare I say, he's a sweltering personality, but you cannot help but like him and sort of feel for him.
Oh yeah, he's amazing. I had watched some movies of his for preparation, like Eli, and I had watched Spectral. Um, and he's so such a pleasure to work with. He's so kind, but he's also so amazing to get to watch and work with because he he's just really talented, you know. He has a quality about his voice that I just feel like fits so perfectly in this world. And I hadn't seen anything that he had done that was like this, but he was incredible in it.
Yeah. And Kaylee, I do believe 2025, it's been a busy year for you. You might enlighten all our audience, all our listeners, what's gone on in the world of Caylee Cowan so far and where we might see you in the future in terms of our TV screens and movie cinemas.
Well, I love Ireland. I actually just got to visit because I was working there in January with a group of really talented young actors and like Talia Ryder and Jack Dylan Grazer and Whitney Peak. And I also got to work with the very famous and notable Liam Neeson, who in the movie technically plays my father. I play Talia's mother in a um, series of flashbacks. But yeah, it was so beautiful. I love Ireland. I wish I could spend some more time there. It was so fun to get to film there.
Yeah. And were you shooting in the East Coast in Dublin or Wicklow? Have you any sort of memory where you were sort of based? Was it the West Coast, Galway, Limerick?
We were in Dublin and Limerick, and um, mostly in Limerick. It was so fun though. I didn't know that like Ireland was so rich and beautiful. I got to do some sightseeing. Um, it's just it's really, really beautiful there.
Yeah. Did you go to the Cliffs of Moher? Uh,
Yes.
yes, Alloy Caves.
Yeah. Oh no, it
Yeah.
just went to the Cliffs of Moher. But um I also had a Guinness for the first time.
Okay.
Never knew they were so filling.
Okay. And Kaylee, we seen you in our TV screens, movie, cinemas in the near future. Obviously, looking doing an awful lot of premiering now for Hollywood Grit. Busy times in your career.
Yes. I believe I'm filming something right now, but the next thing I think that can be seen other than that is a movie I did called The Possession of Gladstone Manor that should be coming out in October. Um, and then, I think then it'll be the movie I did with Liam Neeson called Four Kids Walk Into a Bank. Well, that's the title it is right now. That might change.
Okay, fantastic. Caylee Cowan, I'm going to turn it over to you for the final 30 seconds. You might enlighten all our audience, all our listeners, why they should come out en masse to watch Hollywood Grit, wherever it's showing, in terms of cinema, on a streaming platform device. And when they do, Caylee Cowan, watch Hollywood Grit, what's in store for them?
A wild ride, a murder mystery, um, a very personable and enigmatic actor, not myself, Max. And I think that if you are looking for a movie